Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Mosai, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahushua. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and the elders of Great Millstone who teach well, whether apostles and elders of all of Israel already concepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the art who are listening, learning. If you sisters who are listening, learning, coming at you on the lesson of truth, facts, faith, and edification of the day of edification, Lord willing. It's be edifying. So I titled this lesson, No Growth in Comfort. No growth in comfort. Because of sin, all is vanity. So when we was doing camp Sunday, the head brother Nahoya had mentioned there's no growth in comfort. Because when you're in a comfortable place, that's it for you. Like for most Jake, when they in a comfortable position, that's it for them. So I was meditating on that. And I just woke up and I was listening to the brother Azariah Howard, and he was bringing out Ecclesiastes chapter 2, which has been a minute since I read, but I usually mention it from time to time at camp when Solomon accumulated all the wealth that he had, and he was like, at the end, who's going to get it? Because he had to die. So who was going to get his riches? Was he going to leave it to wicked sons? To wicked sons? What was going to happen to everything that he gathered in his time? Because we had been under curses. So until we get to the kingdom of heaven, whatever you accumulate on this side, it's all vanity. So listen to the brother video, Azariah Howard, and I wanna read this chapter real quick. So I never looked at this in the NLT, not NLT, in the blue letter. It said the futility of pleasure and possessions, right? So this word fertility, it says, let's play it here. Futility. It's a pointlessness or uselessness, the horror and fertility of war. But it's a noun, it's a pointlessness or uselessness. Similar words say vanity, uselessness, ineffectiveness, failure, emptiness, meaningless, hopelessness. So Solomon gathered everything. We're going to read it real quick. So it's a Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. Because when you comfort in the thing that you have accumulated on this side, whether you got a nice job or not, whatever you have accumulated, whatever your position is, talking about Jake that's in the world, and you got some brothers that's in the truth. They're at a point where they ain't growing. Their water have become stagnant. So Ecclesiastes 2 and 1 it reads, I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they shall do under the heaven all the days of their life. I made me great works, I builded me houses, I planted me vineyards. Now this is Solomon finna go through everything that is together on this side. It say, I made me gardens and orchards, and I planted trees in them of all kinds of fruits. I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, and had servants born in my house. Also, I had great possessions of great and small cattle, above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold, and peculiar treasures of kings and of the provinces. I got me men, singers, and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men, as musicians, instruments, and that of all sorts. Salakia, as musical instruments, Salakia said musicians, as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. Oh, I just thought about the precept. Hold on. Let me get it real quick before I move on, because I'll forget it. Um, was that is that Second Kings? Bear with me for a second. Let me pull this up. I want to hold it. Um, was dealing with Elisha, right? And Elisha and Gehazi. I want to hold that. So, because Solomon said he gathered everything. So again, Ecclesiastes 2:8. This is dealing with there's no growth in comfort. Because when you accumulate all these things that Solomon accumulated, where will your mind be at? So it say, I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasures of kings and of the provinces. I got me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. And that's why I tell you when Amos 6 that Jake that's comfortable, they stretch themselves upon their couches, that lie upon beds of ivory, that eat the lambs out of the flock and calves out of the stall, that drink wine in bowls, that anoint themselves with a cheap ointment, and to make music to themselves, and make instruments and music to themselves like David. This is those that's in that comfortable position, man. And you can look at your so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, and Haitian celebrities, from movie actors to the to the musicians, right? So I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also, my wisdom remained with me, and whatsoever my eyes desire, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Why? Because at the end of all this, Solomon was under the curses. We under the curses, man. And until Revelation 22, starting at verse 1, play out, we are under the curses. So whatever you get here on this side, it's all vanity, man. This is verse 11. Again, then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I have labored to do, and behold, all is vanity. Vanity means emptiness. There's nothing there, it's vain. All was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Why? Because this is not our kingdom, man. And of course, Solomon had the kingdom for 40 years, and he said everything that he gathered was vanity. How much more, how much less, or how much more us now of lesser stature, of no resources? This is why Jake gonna be destroyed, man. For chasing the little bit of the smallness that Jake chasing now is nothing. Here is Solomon had everything, and he said it's all vanity. This is verse 12. Ecclesiastes 2 and 12. And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do that cometh after the king? even that which have been already done. Because he did everything, man. So you got some Jake today thinking they coming up with some new invention. No, man, Solomon did it all, man. And he said, what? All is vanity. It reads, then I saw that wisdom exceeded folly, righteousness over wickedness, as far as light exceedeth darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness, as I myself perceive also that one event happeneth to them all. Then said I in my heart, as it happened to the fool, so it happened even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, in my mind, that this also is vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever, seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten. Why? Because you got to die and come back again in another generation, man. Every third and fourth generation. And how died the wise man as the fool? Putting all your putting all your energy into these worldly things, man, when you gotta die. But guess what? Wisdom, not an understanding shall be the stability of our times. Therefore, this is Ecclesiastes 2 and 17. Therefore, I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Here is the wisest king telling you everything that he got was nothing. Now, this is the futility of labor. Yeah, I hated all my labor, which I have taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me. Right? His sons, which was wicked, by the way. Not all of them, but most of them was wicked, man. It said, yeah, I hated all my labor, which I have taken under the sun. And on top of that, we are under the curses, because I shall leave it unto the man that shall be after me. And who knoweth whether he shall be wise or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor, wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity. Therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I took under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity, yet to a man that have not labored therein shall he leave it for his portion. This also is vanity and a great evil. For what hath man of all his labor and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he have labored under the sun? Because Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not our rest. Even Solomon with 40 years of peace, it wasn't his rest, because it wasn't the kingdom, man. Verse 22, for what have a man of all his labor and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he have labored under the sun? For all his days are sorrows. Again, because this is not the kingdom. This applies to us now, man. This is Solomon writing these letters to us for right now, man. Yahweh said it, which was Solomon. Why gain the whole world? Why get your hands to own everything it is to own under the sun, and you still gotta die? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Under sin, we under curses, and this is not our kingdom, man. Yeah, his heart taketh not rest in the night. Why? You got to go to the plantation. And even if you is rich, let's say you hit this lottery for 700 million, a billion, 300 million. If you don't invest your money in something, eventually you're gonna spend it. If the Lord give you the number of days to live 3, 4, 500 million, you're gonna burn it out if you ain't investing. And if you is investing, what it say? We under curses. So our basket and our stores shall fail, man. Eventually it's gonna fail, man. Because we are under curses. This is not our kingdom, man. For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. And that's why Solomon said in Proverbs 30, feed me, give me neither poverty nor riches, feed me with food convenient for me. Anything outside of that is greed and vanity. For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yeah, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. That's why he said, Solomon said, Ecclesiastes 7, no, I think it's verse 10, whatever you do, put forth your hand, whatever the Lord, and the Lord got us laboring in the word, in his truth. So we care for the flock, man. Was that Proverbs 27? Know the state of thy flocks, look well to thy herds. This is what is important in our life, man. This is our first love. Everything else doesn't matter, man. It's all illusions, man. Like I tell you in 2 Corinthians 10, casting down imaginations. This devil got us living in an imaginary world, man. Only thing is real in North America, Babylon and Great, and all around the world is this truth, man. Again, it reads Ecclesiastes 2 and 24. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw that it was from the hand of the Lord. It was from the hand of power, man. For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I? Because he had it all, man. Verse 26. For power giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail, and to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before power. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. Now, right here it say in Proverbs 5 and 14, Solomon say, I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Because Solomon tapped into, I already say he tapped into what was wise, right? What was folly, what was madness. Proverbs 5 and 14, I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation assembly. So he did all that, man. And at the end of the day, we are under curses, man. Soul under sin. And this is not our rest. So everything that we accumulate is what? Vanity and vexation of spirit. If your mind is caught up in this world. Now let me get this. This is Job chapter 7, 13. Because Jake is comfortable here. And as the brother said beautifully, there's no growth in comfort, man. Job 7:13, when I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint. Then thou scares me with dreams and terrifies me through visions. And this is what we see going on. The prophecy is playing out, man. So why get comfortable when you see these horrific, these horrible, terrible prophecies playing, which is beautiful. You see the judgments of Jake losing their life all type of ways, man. It's horrifying, man. To sit in a car and to suffer the cold air and to die by the cold air from snow, that's a horrible judgment. To sit in your car and die by fire, you can't escape, that's a grievous judgment, man. To see a 16-year-old little girl and her 10-month-old baby get deleted and sent back to the spiritual realm, those are terrifying visions, man. But Jake don't consider these things. This is for the hopeful elect. That's why the Lord said, don't be concerned about the 2/3. This is for you hopeful elect out there, man, to know This is not our rest. This is not for us to be comfortable here, man. Because comfort, there is no comfort in growth, man. Again, Job 7:13, when I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scares me with dreams and terrify me through vision, so that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life. When it says so that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life, what did Yahushua say? He that loseth his life shall gain it, but he that gain his life on this side shall lose it. So here it is, Job saying, I'm trying to lose my life on this side so I can gain it for the kingdom of heaven, man. Because to be comfortable here is vanity, man. This is James 4 and verse 4. It reads, Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of power. Now I got other scriptures I'm going to read in a minute because I was thinking about at the plantation. I had this lesson put together when I watched the brother video a few minutes ago when I woke up. The Ecclesiastes 2, man. I mentioned a lot at camp, but it's been a minute since I read it. Listen, dealing with the apostles, right? Which was disciples. Disciple mean learners, apostles mean teachers, right? Yahweh, I got a precept, I'm going to read them. How would you ever learn anything if your teacher is always with you? Well, Yahweh said, I'm going to soon depart, and you're going to have to do this on your own. So while I'm here, I'm teaching you now. So when I depart from you, you're going to have to be leaders. You're going to have to be teachers. You ain't going to be learning forever. And if you're trying to be learning forever, that means you stagnant and you ain't growing, man. Okay, we got the apostles. We got the elder bishops. But you, each and every one of us, got to do our own diligent search, man. That's why the scriptures is there. 2 Timothy 2 and 5. Rightly dividing the word of truth. Each and every one of us have to be leaders, man. Was that in Jeremiah 5 and Jeremiah 50, the Lord say, be even as the he goat before the flock. A he goat is a leader, man. The Lord is building up, the Lord is searching out these aristocrat men of the 144,000 to be leaders. Okay? The apostles went from being disciples, right? Leaders, learners, followers of Yahweh, and becoming leaders, man. This is where we at. This is what the Lord is doing. He's building up men to be leaders. When you read Isaiah 32 and verse 2, it say, and the man shall be as an hiding place. The Lord is building us up now to be leaders for these women and children out here, man. And if you're not exercising your spirit, that means you stand stagnant. That means you ain't growing because you done got to a comfortable position. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with power? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. Yahweh Shema Shah. This is 1 John 2 and 15. It reads, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and that's why I bring this out a lot in Galatians 5, 16 and 17. You supposed to exercise the spirit, stay in the spirit, walk in the spirit, and you should not fulfill the lust of the flesh, because the minute we get up on our feet, your spirit and flesh is fighting. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, keeping up with the Joneses, right? Every Jake want what another Jake got that they can't get. And this becomes what? Envy. It said the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. That's that's not growing, being comfortable. If you have these things, you chilling, you good. Going back to Amos 6, starting at verse 3. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of power abideth forever. This is 1 Corinthians. It tell you in Ecclesiastes 7 that money is a defense and wisdom is a defense. But with wisdom comes a kingdom. Of course, money is a defense. The Lord said he give us our daily benefits. This is 1 Corinthians 7:29. You got some Jake that just get stuck on chasing the bag. Then you got those of Yahweh Shema Shah that's stuck on chasing wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's stuck on feeding the sheep sound doctrine, day in and day out. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they have none, and they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess of not, and they that use this world as not abusing it. When you're not abusing the world, that means you're not comfortable here. That means you one of those men that say, just like me, the Lord give us our daily benefits. Psalm 68 and 19. Anything other than your daily benefits, you are greedy, looking for greed, and you're going to die a grievous death because of it. And they that use this world is not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Now, Solomon said in Proverbs 30, let's read this. And this is called not being comfortable, man. This is not being comfortable. Let's read this. Proverbs 30 and 7. It reads, two things have I required of thee. This is Solomon talking to the Lord. Deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. And Solomon said, and I just read in Ecclesiastes 2, everything that he gathered was vanity, man. Remove far from me vanity and lies. What is this? So everything that you can gather here on the planet in riches, crib, cars, clothes, food, shoe, whatever it is, it's a vanity. And the lies come from who? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Remove far from me all the cares of this life, vanity, and lies. The so-called white man, because that's who pushed the lies on the planet, right? The Lord said he have a controversy with the inhabitants of the earth. Big why? In Hosea 4:1, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Lord in the land. Well, who set aside the knowledge of the Lord? The so-called white man. Why we got a so-called white image of our Messiah? Because the so-called white man. Why is that Christianity? Why are these different religions? Because the so-called white man. Remove far from me vanity, keeping up with the Joneses, all the cares of this life. Remove far from me vanity and lies. What did Esau's push? When you read in Matthew 6 and 33, the Lord say, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, right? And his righteousness, and everything else will be added. The so-called white man say, get this bag first, and then you can get the house and the car and get the education first. But they'll tell you to go to college and get an education, but yet still, it's not what you know, it's who you know in the world. Come on, man. That's lies. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. So here is Solomon asking Yahweh, just make me balance. Don't give me poverty where I got to be eating out of garbage cans and begging, nor riches, right? Food, feed me with food convenient for me. And what did Job say in Job 23 and 12? Neither have I gone back from the commandments of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Because Yahweh said in Matthew 4:4, a man should not live off bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord, man. So it say, remove far from me vanity and lies, which are the cares of this life. Give me neither poverty nor riches, which is the cares of this life. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee, being rich, right? Lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or at least I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. Well, the Lord got me on the bottom like this. Well, the Lord say He put people in a situation. He put you in the dunghill, and He bring you up out of the dunghill. He make poor and He make rich. In 1 Samuel 2:6 and 7. See? So when you comfortable here in North America, Babylon the Great, or anywhere else you scatter around the world, you ain't growing. You comfortable. This is this is John. Well, as a matter of fact, let me get this first. In Second Ezra 16. Because we use the world, but not abusing it. Oh, before I get that, let's get this. Because Elisha asked Gehazi, right? If you read this story, Elisha asked Gehazi, was it time for us to receive all the things that Solomon mentioned in Ecclesiastes 2? Is it time for us to receive these things? Because Solomon said he had servants born in his house, man. Okay? That's that's rulership, man. When you got servants born in your house, man. Okay? Just like we're gonna have in the kingdom, man. So this Second Kings 5:26, reading the point. Because after Elisha healed this guy, Gehazi went to go get um Gehazi went to go get the things that Naaman had offered Elisha for healing him. But Elisha told Naaman, it's not me, that's from the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua healed you. I'm just a servant. So he told him, no, you don't owe me nothing for that. That was from the Lord. So while he went into the house, Gehazi, his servant, Elisha's servant, went to go and chase Naaman down. And he said, my master told me that he do want the gifts that you was going to give him, but he lied. So this is what Elisha said to Gehazi. 2 Kings 5:26. And he said unto him, went not my heart with thee? Like you don't know that the Lord, like my spirit was with you when you went to Naaman to get those things? And that's what we try to tell you people, man. When you dealing with a real man of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord is working with that man, through that man. So you got a real thing, she doing something on the side. You got children that think they sneaky and they don't know, and you don't know what's going on. These demons at your plantation, they don't understand that the Lord is really dealing with you. Listen, man. Think not my heart went with you. It's 2 Kings 5:26. And he said unto him, went not my heart with thee? Jake think, your family members think, you don't think we know you talking about us? When you go home, oh, this nigga think he a prophet. Oh, this nigga was out here gang banging, selling dope, doing whatever. Now all of a sudden he a man of the Lord. You don't think we know what's going on, man? The Lord revealed everything in time, man. 2 Kings 5:26. And he said unto him, went not my heart with thee when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? So Elisha say, is it a time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maiden servants? Is it time for us to get these things? No, man. Why? Because this is not our kingdom. Kingdom means domicile for kings. We're not kings on this side. Though you heap up money like LeBron James and Dr. Dre, right? Kobe, Michael Jordan, they are not kings. They just high paid court justice, man. High paid servants. That's all they are, man. Is it time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maiden servants? No, it's not, man. It's not time for these things, man. This is not our rest. All this stuff gonna be destroyed. So, as it says in 1 Corinthians 7 and 31, and they that use this world is not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So here it is, 2nd Ezra 16 and 40 reads, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. We pilgrims, man. And the Lord got us in this position now. Whatever you got, the Lord already got us in a position to detach from it already, man. Because this is not our kingdom. Oh, my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, because it's a thy battle, because it's Jacob's trouble. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth, as one that will lose. That's what it just said right here in 1 Corinthians 7, 29 to 31. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth, as one that will lose. He that occupy merchandise, and he that have no profit by it, because we pilgrims. And with a little bit in the little bit that you got now, it's going to be taken away. It say, and he that buyeth, as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth, as if he should not reap. So also he that planted the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. So is it time for us to receive money and garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maid servants? No, this is not the time for that, man. He that soweth, as if he should not reap. So also he that planted the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers, and therefore they that labor, labor in vain. You see, our labor is for the kingdom, man, because everything else is finna be gone. Right here in the same chapter, 2nd Ezra 16 and 68, it reads, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. So you that's being idle now, you're going to be offered an idol, which is that MOTB. It say, they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, which applies to all you out there that got that 501c3 tax exempt. All you jakes that what wanted after the beast. Who was saying what? Who was able to make war with the beast? All you jakes want to vote, be part of this system. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So if this is going to happen to those that fear the Lord, how much more for 2/3? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but shall but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. See, but the Lord say, hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So these things is finna happen. That's why I started in verse 40 saying, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Because all these things are finna be taken away, man. The luxury that we have, all this is finna be taken away, man. Don't be no fool. It's all gonna be taken. So I want to get this. Because Yahweh Shah, when you going back to the point of I was making earlier, Yahweh Shah was talking to the disciples, right? This is John 16, verse 7. It's being comfortable here. You're going to lose every time, man. This is John 16 and 7. It reads, nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. See, if Yahweh Shai never left, if your teacher is around you 24/7, and you get to ask your teacher all these questions all day, all night, when will you learn? How are you going to learn on your own? So again, Yahweh Shai said, nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient for you that I go away. Because the Lord said he go in verse 4, in chapter 14, say he go to prepare a place for the elect, man. All of Israel, but the elect first. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth, it is expedient for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. Because we got to grow, man. You can't be sitting around here staying stagnant, man. This is Matthew 17. And I'm going to start at verse 14. And read down to 20. It reads, and when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oftentimes he falleth into the fire, and often into the water. I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahweh answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. See, they were still growing. The disciple was still growing, man. And Yahweh rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahweh apart and said, why could not we cast him out? See, they being at a spot of being comfortable, man, because Yahweh was there, man. Even though they tried, but that growth wasn't there, man. It say, then came the disciples to Yahweh apart and said, why could not we cast him out? Yahweh said unto them, because of your unbelief. See, that's not growth, man. Because of your unbelief. But verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, and I was just watching the Elder Knock, he was just mentioning this in the lesson that Elder Kazak posted up that the Elder Knock had did. Ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. See, you got to grow, man. Exercise in the spirit, and you should not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So here's another one. This is I was just looking at these at the plantation last night. This is John 13 and 1. It reads, now therefore the feast of Passover, when Yahweh knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. And the supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Yahweh knowing that the Father hath given all things into his hand, and that he was come from power and went to power. He rose from supper and laid aside his garments and took a towel and girded himself. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh him to Simon Peter, and Peter said unto him, Lord, doest thou wash my feet? Yahweh answered and said unto him, what I do, Thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know it hereafter. You see? Because he was finna go be crucified, and they was gonna be on their own. And your ass got to grow now. You gotta grow. Ain't no stand. I ain't finna be here with you forever. Yahweh shall answer and said unto him, what I do, thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. You gotta grow, man. You can't stay waiting. We got the apostles and elder bishops and elders and younger brothers, but you can't just, hey, we can watch videos and highlight, but you got to go do your own research, man. You got to grow yourself. The Lord got the spirit on you. You got to grow. You got to study. Me watching this brother, a lot of brothers, man. Brothers is, you got some brothers got different measures. And this brother right here, Fisher Turn Hunter, beautiful brother. That brother is very well rounded, man, in knowledge. It's beautiful, man. Brothers be all over everywhere, man, with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So, hey, we got to grow, man. And that's why you get to watch different brothers from different walks of life to grow, man. All these brothers, man, brothers, the elders, apostles, brothers is beautiful in the spirit, man, and knowledge. You be watching certain videos, you ain't even know. It's things brothers be bringing out, you don't even know. You got to grow. You can't stay in the same spot, man. No growth in comfort because of seeing all this vanity, man. I got a couple more precepts. This is another one in Mark. Hey, the Lord, hey man, the Lord shaking things up. With we watched the video at the beginning of the year with the apostles. And as Apostle Ricard was mentioning, he was asking certain brothers about knowing the alphabets, man, the Hebrew alphabets, knowing the Lord's prayer, certain things, man. There's just certain things. Hey, it's good to know. This is Mark 4:33. It reads, and with many such parables spake he the word unto them as they were able to hear it. But without a parable spake he not unto them. And when they were alone, he expounded all things to his disciples. See, there's gonna come to a point when he was gonna leave, and you gotta know these parables, man. This is for us. When you read in Psalm 78, 1 through 10, to tell you that the Lord taught our fathers these parables, these dark sayings, so they are teaching to us. And that's why these heathens don't know this Bible, man. These are dark sayings, allegories, similitudes, okay, mysteries, man. That's supposed to be revealed to the remnant of Israel. This is not for the world, man. So the point I just want to make, the Lord speaking in parables, because this ain't for everybody to learn. This is only for the remnant of Israel to know. And you got to grow. You got to grow. You can't stay the same. And I'm going to get this in Romans, again, Romans 8 and 24. See, through faith, through your belief, through your hope, you will grow. Romans 8 and 24, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it, which is growth, man. Which is growth. That's why you pray to y'all about your mama shot for growth, man. To increase you with more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This Hebrews 11 and 1. Because it say hope that is seen is not hope, man. So this Hebrews 11 and 1, it reads, and I meant to bring this out yesterday. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You can't see faith. You can't see hope or belief. That's a growth through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. For by it, the elders obtain a good report. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of power, which is Yahweh Shah and the angel created the earth and the worlds, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. We can't see Yahweh Shah and the angels, but we know we can't see Yahweh, but we know in the spirit, right? This is verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to power must believe that he is Yahweh, he Yah is, exists, be, that he is Yahweh, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. This is 2 Corinthians 4:17. It reads, some points I was meditating on dealing with this, man. There is no growth in comfort, man. 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding eternal weight of glory, because you have been growing through the Spirit. While we look not at the things which are seen, going back to hope and faith, which you can't see, while we look not at the things which are seen, to live in this world of carnality, chasing after the Joneses, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Let's get this word temporal real quick. See, this is what 2/3 of Jake looking for, man. The temporal things of the world, man. Which is but for a moment.
Strong's G 4340. Praskairos. Praskairos.
See? For a season, enduring only for a while, temporary. For a while, endure for a time, for a season, temporal. So, and I just tell you in Ecclesiastes 3, there's a time for everything, right? Well, this is the time of the Lord destroying Babylon the Great, plugging it down through the words, man. So yeah, I just some points I was thinking about on the brother made that comment Sunday when we was doing that lesson, and we have an elder brother that come out and fellowship with us, and he invited brothers. He invited brothers to his abode, man. Beautiful Benjamite, elder brother, you know, and the brother had brought out that ain't no growth in comfort, man. Oh, let me close with this. There's no growth in comfort, man. And that's what the Lord say in Ecclesiastes 3, in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, man. So this Amos 6, let me start at verse 3. See, because this is Jake being comfortable, man. And we know 2/3 gonna do it, but this not should be the mind of the hopeful elect man or woman. Amos 6:3. See, it reads, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near. That's being comfortable in their position, whatever it is, and the things that they have accumulated. It said that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches and eat the lambs out of the flock and calves out of the midst of the stall. They living good, eating good, life is good. That chant to the sound of the viol and invent to themselves instruments of music like David. That drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments. They got access to all the best, right? They got a situation they dealing with. They got these doctors. They can hit these different positions up, right? They living good. They drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph, because these are the ones that's comfortable, man. Oh, it say, therefore now shall they go captive with the first that go captive, and the banquet of them that stretch themselves shall be removed. Isaiah 3:1. The Lord is taking away the comfort, man. The Lord is taking away the comfort of Jake, man. And Isaiah, Let me get this. Just thought about this. Isaiah 28, in verse 19, I think it is. It say, from the time that it goeth forth, meaning Jacob's trouble, from the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you, for morning by morning shall it pass over, by day and by night, and it shall be a vexation only to understand the report. What report? Jacob's trouble. This is the point I want to make. For the bed, because it said what? They stretch themselves upon their beds of ivory in Isaiah 6 and Amos 6. For the bed is shorter than that a man can stretch himself on it, and the covering narrower than that he can wrap himself in it. What that mean? No comfort, man. So what Jake think they got comfort now? The Lord is finna take this away, man. Going back to this, I'm gonna close with this in Job. That's why Job said what he said, Job 7 and 13. When I say my bed shall comfort. See what Amos 6 and 3 going into in Isaiah 28 and 20, that's 2/3. That's trusting in their comfort. Well, this right here, Job 7 and 13, this is talking about the whole elect that's not living in comfort and pleasures because the cares of this life going to pass away, man. And the Lord is building us up to not trust in this place, man. To not trust in none of the things that Esau has given you access to. Job 7 and 13, when I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint. Then, after you think you got comfort, then that scares me with dreams and terrifies me through visions, so that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life. See, because this is not our rest, man. This place is polluted, man. Hey, so Lord wasn't edifying, and to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders of great millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready concepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth to the four ends of the earth, the entire world, made on the hopeful elect. Shalom to all the Aqua. Shalom to all the Aqua who are listening and learning, and you few sisters who are listening and learning. Hey, the water for tuning in. The water for tuning in. As they stay prayed up. Until next time, I say stay prayed up. To give all praise again, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay prayed up. Wah, a Bible ball.